Van D, a dynamic leader with decades of experience building companies and crushing sales. He's been there and done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Van D.
Inspiring audiences across the country to do it too. Here's Van.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Van D podcast. I'm glad you're with me today. So today I am speaking to two main groups. So if you have anybody that's dear to you and you want them to get better at what they do, you got to tell them about this podcast, because today I'm speaking to salespeople and people in customer service, which basically all of us are in customer service if we have a job. It doesn't matter what your title is. You are in customer service if you have a job. And also, 75% of America is in some form of sales position, a sales job or account rep or whatever your title might be. I want to talk to you about being memorable. So the next time you go on a sales or service call, make sure you are memorable. Don't leave any of yourself on the table. You got to give it all you have so they will not forget you. Chances are, if you're talking to somebody that you're trying to get business from or you're trying to get their account, chances are they're talking to several people. What's going to make you memorable besides your pricing and besides the background of your company and your program? So when I think about the importance of being memorable, it reminds me of a scene in one of my favorite all-time movies, Remember the Titans. And I'll never forget it as long as I live, because that movie gets me so excited. It gets me as high as I possibly can be, emotional, and it makes me want to do better. There's just so many messages in that movie, Remember the Titans. But the scene I'm talking about is when all the team members make a united decision to up their level of play and to become memorable. And when the coach in one of the scenes, he's all fired up and he's got his fist clenched and he says, "We have to make sure that these people remember the Titans." And it got me so jacked up. Matter of fact, every time I see that movie's on, I have to watch it. It gives me chills. So we all have the ability every single day to up our level of play, to be better than we were yesterday, to make sure our customers know we were there. That type of attitude, my friends, will get you the deal more times than not. So we can't just walk into a place then and have this great attitude without having great content. So I want to talk to you about what kind of content that we need to have so we are memorable. Have the attitude that no one can compete with what you can do for your customers. You got to wake up every morning with that attitude. No one can compete with what you can do for your customers. So the next time, just try this. I'm just asking you to give this a shot. The next time you're talking with a prospective customer, be sure to make strong, bold statements that will make them remember you. No matter whether you are talking with them in person or on the phone, you must have the attitude that failure is not an option. Your goal is to make sure that person you want to do business with you is going to want to do business with you just as much as you do with him or her. So stay laser focused and attentive. One thing that a lot of people do during a bold presentation when you're really trying to make it stick is sometimes you're tempted to interrupt them because you're so excited. Remember, never interrupt who you're in front of. And do everything in your power, ladies and gentlemen, to listen more than you talk. When I'm telling you to get all fired up, be memorable, make bold statements, That means when it's your turn to talk. Never interrupt them. I don't care how excited you are. Stay laser focused and remember to listen more than you talk. And when you do talk, make strong, bold statements. I'm going to give you some examples here that might be helpful. As I take a sip of my green tea, already had enough coffee, so I switched to green tea. Okay, so some of the bold statements. And make these your own. And if it's not something that you're comfortable with, that's cool. Make them your own, but this is the concept. Here's 7 bold statements. I want you to write these down. So write these down. Get a pen and paper and write these 7 strong, bold statements down. 1, I will make that happen. When a customer's telling you their needs and wants and desires, your bold statement is, I will make that happen. Second bold statement, I am the right person for this job. I am the right person for this job. Don't be afraid to tell them. If you don't tell them, nobody else will. I guarantee you that when you go into an appointment and they're interviewing somebody else after you, that person's not going to say, hey, I noticed you had Van here before me. He'll do a better job. No, they're not going to. You have to be the person that says, I am the right person for this task. Number 3, no one in my industry can compete with what I can do for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be memorable? You say stuff like that. I do. I've done it my whole career. No one in my industry can compete with what I can do for you. Number 4, my priority is your happiness. Now, you can think of a lot of different industries where people can use this as a strong, bold statement. My priority is your happiness. Number 5, my goal is for you to be so thrilled with my service that you will refer new customers to me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's when I've used the majority of my 35-year career in real estate. My goal, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is for you to be so thrilled with my service that you will refer new customers to me. Came straight from my heart. I mean it. I mean it today. Number 6, I will care about you more than you expect me to. Now think of different ways that you can say that. I will put more pressure on myself than you will to make sure that we give you the results that you're looking for and then some. I will care about you more than you expect me to. Now, let me just tell you something. These are not statements that most salespeople say. These are not statements that most account reps say or customer service people say. They just don't. It's rare you're going to hear any of these. But are those people memorable? No, they're not. You want to be memorable. So look at it this way. Life's not a dress rehearsal. If you're going to go talk to a client or be in front of a customer or on the phone, why not give it everything you got and not leave anything on the table? Make it memorable. Now, here's one that I love so much, I put it on my business cards and I also put it on all my marketing material. Number 7, you ready? You deserve my level of service. I love saying that to people. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I know you're considering a lot of different people to do business with you, but you deserve my level of service, not anything less than. Okay, go back and look through these 7 bold, strong statements and think of ways that you can say them either in its present form or what is more comfortable for you. But you need to make these type of bold statements when you're in business. Because if not, then you're just practicing. If you don't use bold, strong statements to get people to do business with you, in my book, you're just practicing. And I know a lot of people that specialize in practicing, and guess what they are? They all have the same thing in common. They're broke. Don't be broke. Make these bold statements so people will do business with you. Tell them how great your service is. Tell them your priority is their happiness. Tell them that your goal is to be thrilled with their service, that you're going to refer new clients to them. Tell them you're going to make it happen. Tell them you're the right person for the job. Tell them that no one in your industry can compete with what you can do for them. And make sure you tell them they deserve your level of service. Now, like I said, you might feel that some of these statements are a little too direct for your personality. If that's the case, then it's okay to tone it down. Tone down the directness a little without compromising the strength of your statement and your message. Now, I want to tell you something. Those of you that know me, I like to be silly, and I'm a goofball. I like to have fun and I like to laugh. But man alive, when I'm talking to somebody about doing business, I am so laser focused. You can just feel it. You can feel how passionate I am when I'm asking people to do business with me. So you can separate the two. So when you make a phone call, because this is not just for in-person presentations, this is on the phone also. When you make a phone call or visit a prospective customer in person, don't be content with just getting the appointment or the conversation on the phone. You have to attack it. Attack it like you have to get the deal. Attack it like you have to get the deal. You don't have to get them to sign a contract that day, although it would be nice. But you need to make sure your presentation is so memorable that it leaves them wanting to do business with you. And this goes back to Business 101, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to reach your God-given full potential, you have to believe in yourself and your abilities. So my philosophy is, I want to make sure that everybody I'm in front of knows I believe in my abilities. I don't leave a situation ever wondering, are they going to remember me? They're going to remember me. You know why? Because I said so, and I won't have it any other way. So contrary to popular belief, I am not and never have been a hard closer when going after a deal. I've never been that guy to walk into a deal and say, if you don't do business with me today, it could be gone tomorrow. Please sign here. Instead, I've always preferred to make strong, bold statements so customers will feel confident with me because they know I am confident in myself and my services. When I leave meetings or phone calls, many times the person will get back to me before I follow up with them. I've just never been comfortable convincing people they have to sign the agreement today. And I want to tell you something. That's not wrong. If you're one of those people out there and your broker, your manager, your boss is telling you, hey, you got to be a hard closer and you got to get them to sign the deal today, they're not wrong. They're not wrong at all. It just doesn't fit my personality. Now, if I see a customer or somebody I want to do business with and we haven't done business with yet, and I see that they're kind of wavering and they need a little nudge, of course, that's part of salesmanship. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying, Mr. Jones, I can see that you're not sure of what you want to do. I know 100% that if we do this deal, you're going to be thrilled to death. So let's take this off the table today. Let's go ahead and sign everything and get me started so I can get these results that you're looking for as soon as possible. So just know we're salespeople. We're customer service people. if we know that if they sign the deal today or they give me the go-ahead or they approve of me to be their account rep or whatever the deal is, we have to go for that. I'm just saying that my comfort zone is making strong, bold statements so they will remember me in case they don't want to commit to it today. I still am not that guy after almost 4 decades in customer service and in sales. However, even though I wasn't always comfortable asking for that business today, I still will not back down or not take a look at an opportunity to attack and get the business right away. And just know, I wasn't always comfortable making bold statements. I had to learn from my mistakes and concentrate on getting better every time. One of the greatest lessons we can learn as business people is to analyze our mistakes. Practice makes perfect. I want to find out what I did wrong, why I didn't get the deal, and I want to analyze that and make adjustments and correct what I've done wrong. And I have some podcasts in here also that you can listen to that I know that we talk about follow-up. So make it a point to listen to those also. So just remember, life is not a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal, my friends. It's like anything in life. If you want something badly enough, then go get it. But in order to get it, we got to let other people know how bad we want it. We all have the God-given ability to be memorable every single second of every hour of every day. When you have that attitude, it's an attitude, they will remember you. But you have to be the person that's going to make your presentation, your sales call, whatever it might be, you have to make it memorable. I tell you, I'm a big fan of in person. I love being in front of somebody, mostly because they see my passion. So when I'm making bold statements like, I will make that happen. I am the right person for this job. No one in my industry can compete with what I can do for you. My priority is your happiness. My goal is for you to be so thrilled with my service that you will refer new customers to me. I will care about you more than you expect me to. And you deserve my level of service. When people can see that, I think that you have a much better chance of getting them to do business with you. So my point here is, if you have an opportunity to be in front of somebody, and instead of doing it over the phone, do it. Do it. Everything in your power. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to wrap up this podcast. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to this so you get all my latest. If you follow my lead and if you do the things I ask you to do and take my suggestions, I will guarantee that you will increase your market share. You'll accomplish your business goals. You'll live a better life. You'll have a much better attitude. Don't be afraid to be bold. Don't be afraid to make bold statements. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you're brand new in the industry. Of whatever you're doing, be confident. Make bold statements. And you make sure that they will remember you. This is Van Dieb, and I am grateful you spent some time with me today. Make it a productive day. Thank you.
A Parkville Media Production.